So hi everyone, I'm here with Asia today, and we're going to talk about different cameras. We have kind of 4 different models here to kind of show you the contrast. And Asia, go ahead and pick up this camera and tell me what you think in terms of size and weight. And what do you think about, how does that camera feel to you?
It's very heavy. It feels like a professional camera. It's large. It's not something that a regular person would know how to use, I think.
Yeah, and so I mean, complexity of cameras is always a subject almost onto its own, but in particular, it's not something that you'd want to casually carry around with you, right?
Yeah, definitely not. That's very heavy. Yeah.
And among photographers, there's kind of a saying that the best camera is the one that you have with you. So when you have a big camera like that, what's the likelihood of you taking that with you?
Not very high.
Exactly.
Would not want to have that in my purse.
It's not just about the purse, it's also about maybe you're going to go on a shoot and you need multiple lenses. The lenses for this kind of camera, and this is in this particular case a Canon 5D Mark II, very popular professional camera with a very good lens, an L lens, which is the equivalent range of 24 to 105. But for contrast, I have here 3 different camera bodies from a system called Micro Four Thirds. And Micro Four Thirds was created by Olympus and Panasonic. What's interesting about the system is they have bodies that look a little bit like this kind of a body, smaller. This is actually a GH2. There's a newer model called the GH4, which is a little bit bigger, more like this one. Very popular among independent filmmakers. And then we have here, for contrast, a rangefinder model. I personally like these a lot. Maybe you can pick this up and tell me how this feels in terms of size and weight.
It's a lot lighter, yeah, a lot. Feels a lot more friendly in my hands, not so heavy and large.
Yeah, exactly. And then of course we have this one, which is also unique to the system. It looks like a point and shoot, but it actually has the same sensor as this camera.
Wow.
But would you imagine that you can also get a good photo out of that? I mean, one that can, let's say, be run in a magazine or can be, potentially maybe on a poster, a bigger format.
I wouldn't assume that you would be able to get as good as photos of with this one as you would with that one.
Exactly.
It doesn't seem like it would have the same capabilities.
Exactly. And I mean, without a doubt, you're going to get a slightly better photo, but I just want to show you, and we have in this particular case a prop for you, what you can do with a camera like this. And we have here an image that I went ahead and printed, and you can see that's a pretty big image. It's certainly wider than Asia and I are, and not quite as tall, but and so it's really not about the size of the camera. Now, I didn't shoot that with this lens. In fact, I shot it with this lens, and when you put the two together, it really kind of looks a little bit weird, I have to say. But what's cool about it is I have a camera bag that's super narrow, so, very, very, very thin, that I can always carry with me. And so I was only able to get that particular shot because I happen to have this as a carry-on system. And so what I want to encourage you to think about when it comes to cameras is that bigger is not necessarily better. As always, you're going to make a compromise. And for many of your needs, the Micro Four Thirds system is probably going to be a better choice. And we're going to look in other episodes at some cameras, some suggestions that if you want to elevate your photography, you want to make it even better, maybe you're a startup publisher, startup magazine, then this is a solid system to take a look at. Okay, well, thanks for joining us.